it's Marino. All right, if you all come up, please.
Oh. She did it.
Just give me one moment. All right, we're going to go back on the record and cause number 2023 CR 8119, State of Texas versus Karen Marino. We're going to have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense.
Lauren left in for Miss Moreno.
All right, and are you Miss Marino?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this was recalled for this afternoon because the court wanted a UA. It's my understanding that it was negative.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, congratulations. That's a good thing. And according to your plea bargain agreement, the state is asking for 30 days. Is that correct? All right. And that's agreed to?
It is, she has 6 days credit in at this time, so if the court would consider the judgment satisfied, that would be greatly appreciated. Obviously, she's prepared to go into custody today.
All right. So I wasn't the person who took this plea, so the only thing that she had to do was report. And we're here because of other things. So I'm not inclined to give her a judgment satisfied,
I understand.
but I seriously consider it if there were things that had been done. So are you asking the court to follow your agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right, then what the court will do, the court will find you guilty. The court will give you credit for any time served. The court will sentence you to 30 days in the Barron County Jail. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And in this case, there's also an affirmative finding of family violence. Because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Corey Puente. And this is an application, probation. This is an application. Court is calling 2024 CR 5143, State of Texas versus Corey Puente. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Todd Coronado.
are you Corey Puente?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Did you review and sign the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent.
Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Sure.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Puente, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Off the record for a moment. So those who are talking behind the court reporter, you all need to talk to the deputy and ask them to move you to that end. All right, did you review the plea bargain page?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $500 fine and the state is recommending deferred adjudication and there's to be restitution to the complainant. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. City Supervisor Wall salt.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may continue to confer. Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, it's remorseful. Well, actually, he realized he made a stupid mistake paying somebody for $1,500 for a $20,000 vehicle. But he's learned from it. He's ready to move on. And he's asking the court for deferred adjudication to give him a chance to keep this on his record.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Work for a moving company, Town Services of San Antonio,
How old are you?
25.
Have you ever had a car before?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you buy this car you had before or no?
It was given for my mom, to me, for my first car.
Oh, it was given to you by your mom?
I had a daughter, 2021.
All right, so did she change the
Yes, ma'am.
title in your name?
Yes, ma'am. So,
All right, so this car that you're paying $1,500 for, that's actually worth $20,000, was a title given to you?
no, ma'am,
So,
this one,
so I don't understand, why would you think that this was a legitimate sale if you pay $1,500 for a vehicle and nobody's giving you a title?
so,
I mean, you're saying yes, ma'am, but I'm trying to figure out, you give somebody $1,500 for a vehicle, that's what you're saying. The vehicle, as you know, is worth more than $20,000. So you bought a car before, had one in your possession before, and you said your mother changed your title, the title over for you. So this person that you're saying you paid $1,500 for the car, did they give you a title?
ma'am, they
Did you ask for a title?
Okay.
Why didn't you ask for a title?
I didn't, I wasn't thinking,
I'm sorry, what?
I wasn't thinking, I was just,
No, you didn't ask for a title because you knew there was an issue with it. It's sort of like if I see somebody with a Lamborghini and they come up to me and tell me, oh, if you give us $10,000 for this Lamborghini, we'll sell it to you. I know that Lamborghini is worth more than $10,000. It's running well. There's not a problem. I open the hood and the engine's there. Everything's great. And I give them that $10,000. If I think it's a legitimate sale, the first thing I'm going to want to know is, hey, I need the title or something because I got to get insurance on this vehicle. Did you get insurance on this vehicle?
no, ma'am,
How long did you have this vehicle?
almost 2 weeks,
Did you open up the glove compartment?
no, ma'am,
So you didn't put insurance on the vehicle.
no, ma'am, I didn't.
So you're just driving around in the vehicle with no insurance. When your mother turned over the vehicle, her vehicle to you, and you got the title from it, did you have insurance on that?
Yeah.
So basically, this whole thing about you not knowing that if somebody gave you a $20,000 for a $20,000 car for $1,500, if that's true,
Right.
you knew that the car was stolen. You knew there was an issue. And here's the problem. Whoever that car belongs to, they have the complainant's name listed. They didn't want anybody else driving their vehicle, some complete stranger that they didn't give permission to. You understand?
No, I do,
How old, do you have children?
so.
How old are they?
2 and 1,
2 and 1. Do you have a car?
no, I don't right now,
All right. Does your mom have a car?
no, ma'am, she doesn't, she, stepdad does,
Oh, your stepfather has a car.
this one,
And does your mom use the stepdad's car?
no, she doesn't drive,
All right. So do you love your stepfather?
no, I do,
How would you feel if somebody like you were to take his car and say, oh, somebody offered me his car for $200 and they take it for $200. Then they stand before a judge and they say, no, I didn't get a title. Didn't get it insured, but hey, I got a great deal.
Yeah.
You see where we're going?
so yes, Your Honor.
Is there an amount to pay for the complainant? I guess it's amount for use. And I'm sure they want their car detailed because somebody's been in it. So if they want it detailed, let the court know, and you're going to pay for that detailing.
Yes, ma'am,
And guess what? If you want a good detailing, it's about 800, but since she probably wants to fumigate and everything else, because who knows, been in her seat, there may be more. All right, there's a $500 fine that would be probated,
Thank you.
3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution, if any, to Francis Hardy, Harty. 120 hours of community service restitution. I'll order parenting classes. Once he completes that, community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be random, regular UAs. A TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits. 1 time per month for 5 months. And then at probation's discretion. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Sometimes probation will ask for a theft course. Here's my theft course, tailored to your unauthorized use. Do not drive in a vehicle that is not yours. Do not pay less than the appropriate value for a vehicle unless somebody's going to give you the title to that vehicle and you get insurance on it. Do you understand?
Your Honor.
Because I can tell you right now, there are some people, if they report their car is stolen and then they see somebody driving around in it, they're going to have an issue. We had a case in this court, and you know what it was about? A guy ended up being shot. He died. And you know why? Because he was driving in someone else's vehicle that was stolen. And that person was like, that's my vehicle. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Waive excuse.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are y'all ready? We're not ready on Noah Nellum, are we? Okay. All right, who's here on Carlos Terrazas?
Judge, I'm present on that. And he's out.
Hello, come down. Yes.
Judge, on this one, we are still waiting for the insanity review.
Okay, I'm sorry, what?
The insanity review.
Okay,
I've talked to Dr. Cardwell, but I haven't got a response, and so I don't necessarily have a timeline with that. And I know it is in the midst of that, but I'm also asking the court for a referral to mental health court. Just so you
Okay.
can get evaluated. I don't know if
oh,
that can
that's been
be-
already signed.
Oh, there is one. Okay.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna give y'all a 30-day reset. This is it for the sanity evaluation. And then if it's not done, what will end up happening is we'll have to bring somebody in to figure out why the sanity isn't done. By law, once the sanity is requested, I know it must be done and it must be completed. But we need to make sure that if somebody's supposed to be doing the sanity, it's actually done and we're not here 6 months later waiting for the sanity. So we're going to recall it in 30 days, and counsel, if you can continue to check on that to see if it's done.
Yes, I will, Judge.
All right.
June 27th.
All right, June 27th. So again, if it's not done on that day, we need to figure out who the doctor is and go from there.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Matthew Baggs.
I'm on that, Judge.
Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, thanks for dressing appropriately for court. So where are we on this?
Judge, I think this is our second setting. I did confer. We got an offer today. I relayed that offer.
Okay.
He's,
For a little more time.
All right, how old are you?
I'm 37.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, set it for a plea deadline date in 2 weeks, please. All right, June 6th. That will be your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, once he signs the reset form.
Oh, thank you.
Who is here on Joe Blake? Joe Blake. Just a second, we'll wait for your attorney. Who is here on Jaime Puente? Are y'all ready to proceed? Okay, where is he? Oh, Deputy Laura, she's waiting for Jaime Puente. Okay, all right, once he comes out, we'll take him up. Who's here? Noe Guerrero? Are y'all ready to proceed? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0059, State of Texas versus Noe Alejandro Guerrero. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state defense?
Sean Sheffield, John.
Are you Mr. Guerrero? Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney, and did you understand it? Are you the same Noe Alejandro Guerrero who's placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 0059 for the offense of theft 2,500 to 30,000 on February 3rd, 2023 for a term of 4 years? Is that you? State.
Violated condition number one, on or about the 29th day of April, 2024, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Noe Alejandro Guerrero committed the offense of theft in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number one, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one? Court will find violation of condition number one true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, ma'am. It's revocation at 7 months in the state jail. That was our agreement, Your Honor.
All right, why should I give you 7 months? You're on probation for theft and you pick up another theft. I mean, if you want to testify, you can. I mean, that's just a general question for,
Oh, I apologize, Judge, I thought it was for him. Your Honor, we're just asking the court, he's run into some problems, some issues with, he had with family and, work and things like that, and just, has had a bad situation, or, he's been in now for almost 4 months. He's kind of seen that this is not where he wants to be. So he just wants to get his time done and be a better person here.
all right, so why should I give him 7 months? He picked up a new case. He's on probation for theft and he picks up another theft.
Actually, homeless.
Okay, he's on probation for a theft case and he picks up another theft. Would you like to say something? All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can lower your hand, state your name for the record. No, state your name.
Oh, okay, no, Alejandro Guerrero,
All right, so you say you're homeless and,
I've been struggling, so right now, I know if I go back out there, I'm still being in the struggle, I might end up doing the same thing. So I'll be in here until my time.
no. Here's the thing. The state and the defense have agreed, well, recommending to the court, because I don't have to follow it, that you receive 7 months. I'm trying to understand why I shouldn't give you the full 2 years, because you're on probation for theft. You understand that? And you picked up another theft case. So I don't understand why I should follow your agreement.
He just asking for an opportunity. He understands he did something very stupid, and he's just asking for an opportunity. Your Honor, he's a young man, and he's told me he doesn't want to be back here, Your Honor.
All right, how old are you? All right, so what did you steal? All right, so that's the new case. You stole a vehicle? All right, so you say you're on probation for stealing a car?
Yep.
All right, so this new number one that you pled true to, what did you steal?
So, close.
All right, what did he steal?
Clothing from Jason.
All right. Oh. So what J.C. Penney?
Southward one,
Okay, why are you stealing clothes from J.C. Penney?
to make me eat,
All right, so I don't understand why you have a job.
that I have my feet social at that time.
So why do you go to probation and say, hey, I'm trying to get employment and I don't have my ID?
I was requiring them.
So, and why didn't you go to the Salvation Army or the food bank?
I have a social hierarchies.
You don't need a social, do you need a social security card to go to the food bank?
The ID for everything.
Do you need, somebody help me. If I'm wrong, let me know. If I am starving and I need food and I go to the food bank, or I go to the church, or I go to Salvation Army, are people telling me they're going to turn me down because I don't have an ID? Sorry, go starve somewhere else? Is that what you're telling me?
This one.
Anybody? Does anybody know that to be true?
I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know.
All right. All right, I'm going to find violation of condition number one true. What have you done on probation?
I've been reporting, still, so, I mean, 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 I've been reporting, still, so, I me I just missed out, I think my last 2 months.
Probation, has he done anything of significance on probation? All right, they're saying you have done nothing of significance on probation. You see here. When you have issues, your fallback shouldn't be, let me steal. You could have went to any other place. There are plenty of places in San Antonio that you can go to for clothing. And I'm assuming when you went to go steal clothing from JCPenney, you were clothed, right? All right. All right, I'm finding violation of condition number 1 true. I'm going to sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? You do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on probation. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Good luck to you. All right, who's here on Jaime Puente? And then after Jaime Puente, it will be Justin Perry.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
For Mr. Noam, with the Mayoku, Rashawn said she could have someone who could talk about that on
Yeah.
Zoom if you wanted that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
All right, court is calling 2019 CR 9389, State of Texas versus Jaime Puente. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Doug Dunn for the state.
defense?
Valentina Kogut for Mr. Puente.
Are you Mr. Puente?
Yes.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to revoke probation with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Jaime Puente who was placed on community supervision in 2019 CR 9389 for the offense of continuous violence against family on October 14, 2019 for a term of 2 years and extended for a year? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Your Honor, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Jaime Puente, did then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and February of 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
And just one moment.
And that's on the underlying, Your Honor, not on the supplemental one.
I'll say, all right, thank you. How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
State,
And the state will waive and abandon the others, Your Honor.
any objection?
No objections. Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation, condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is a proposed agreement, Your Honor, for 2 years.
Yes, Your Honor, that's already.
Revocation, yes, sentence to 2 years, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Puente, is there anything you wish to say to the court?
Those 2 years, ain't wrong with that.
No. That, whether or not I give you 2 years depends upon me. These parties can't agree on your sentence. So is there anything you wish to say to the court? All right, probation. Has Mr. Puente done anything on community supervision?
It looks like he completed the outpatient program, parenting class.
Okay. All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
I can put this.
All right, why are you not reporting?
The reason I started reporting was because I was told that I had to be enrolled in a GED class. And then at the last minute, when it was up to 2 years, they told me I had to graduate by that time. And there's no way that I was gonna graduate within 2 or 3 weeks. Then I said, why am I gonna report now? Because
And I remember my professor was telling me, it would be nice that after you finish your probation, if you didn't graduate your GED, you continue doing it on the outside. And I remember her telling me that straight out. And then now at the end, they're telling me that I had to finish my GED before my probation was over. So that's why I said that don't make sense. But that's.
No, I don't know of any, I could be wrong. I don't think any probation officer is telling you if you don't complete your GED, then we are going to issue a warrant for your arrest.
She told me that. She told me that. She said it would be nice that if I would continue the class after I finished the probation. In other words, I didn't have to get my GED. I was enrolled and active on.
All right, so we're back to the question, why didn't you report?
That's why.
Because somebody told you it will be nice after your probation is over, you
They told me
continue.
that I didn't have to graduate my GED by that time. I didn't have to get my GED by that time. And then they turned it back on me and told me that I had to have my GED by the end of the probation. You understand what I mean now?
I do not. This is what I'm hearing from you, and if I'm wrong, correct me. You said that the person told you it would be nice after you're done with your probation that you continue with classes to complete your GED. And you said, great. And then you said they came back and said, no, you have to complete your GED by the end of your probation. And then your answer to that was, I'm going to stop reporting.
Yeah, because I didn't have enough time to do it anymore. So why am I gonna report? You understand what I mean?
Oh, I understand what you mean. It just doesn't make any sense to me that probation would tell you that.
That's what was done.
And I ordered that you were to obtain your GED or be in a trade school, either one. So that doesn't make sense to me. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to grant the motion. Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Is there anything else with regards to the sentence?
Nothing from the state.
Anything for the
You
defense?
had a credit for time served?
Yes, I'll give him credit for any time that he's served. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? All right. You do have a limited right to appeal, and that as it relates to the allegation in the motion, not the fact that you are in community supervision. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. All right, who's here on Justin Perry? And whenever you all are ready on Nellum, just let me know.
Judge, can you see if there's someone in the waiting room?
No one's in the waiting room yet. All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 6621, State of Texas versus Justin Kyle Perry. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Adam LaHood for the defendant.
Are you Mr. Perry?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Justin Kyle Perry who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 6621 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 14, 2022 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Justin Kyle Perry, then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December 2023 and January 2024 in violation of condition 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure. Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and an up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's to alter and amend for Bear ISF with ISP supervision after discharge, registration for classes within 30 days of release, verify employment within 30 days, and a 2-year extension.
All right. So this is not the first time he's been here on a motion to revoke. Probation. What is your recommendation with regards to Mr. Perry?
My recommendation is as what the state said, or revocation.
All right, let me see. All right, is there anything you wish to say?
Like another chance to try to do it again, man. I know I made a mistake.
No, these are not mistakes. These are choices. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name's Justin Kyle Perry.
All right, so I'll listen to whatever you have to say, but I want to let you know that we've done ISF with you before. And my understanding is that the rules of ISF were explained to you, and it was explained to you what you're supposed to do after you were released. And I know if you appear before me, then I told you if there were any issues, you could let probation know. And if they were not addressing those issues off the record, she's just came in the waiting room. If it's Gloria Cardenas.
Yes, Judge.
Back on the record. And then I know I told you that if there are any issues, you could always come back to the court if probation wasn't addressing those. So why would I put you back on probation when we've already done ISF with you before and we've already done ISP?
It's a different situation now that I'm getting released. I got out of a bad situation I was in when I got out the first time. And I was dealing with a sick grandmother. She had just died on November 19th. So I kind of fell off, but now I'm more clear-headed and I'm out of that bad situation with family matters. So now I can actually do it and I know I can complete it.
I mean, we say that, but I mean, have you done anything on probation?
No, ma'am, I didn't. My grandmother died as soon as I got out and I lost all track of focus of anything.
All right. Is there anything anyone wants to say on his behalf as to why I shouldn't revoke him?
Judge, we're hoping, we certainly know and respect and understand it's within the court's power to do that, but we're hoping that the court sees fit to give him a chance. Everyone's needs in terms of treatment are different. I believe he can be successful. I think he will be successful in probation. ISF, ISP, certainly nothing easy to go through. We're hoping to avoid the chance to be a convicted felon, continuing this gift that he has with deferred adjudication and hopefully be successful, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to grant the motion. The court will find violation of condition number 4 true. The court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the court will give you credit for any inpatient treatment that was successfully completed. And I'll order therapeutic community. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Oh,
Sorry, Judge.
Oh, no problem. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegation in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you are not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I understand that everybody has issues, but we can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So I know that in this court, I give everybody a chance who's on probation, but you can't just disappear. You can't just say, oh, I'm having problems in my life. Let me just disappear. You understand? All right. Good luck to you when you're released. If you have trouble finding a place for support or a place to live, or you have drug issues, you can always come back to this court and I can direct you to a proper place.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Who's here on Noah Nellum?
Come on, Perry.
And Gloria Cardenas, if you could please unmute and start video.
Judge, that is Officer Cardinals from our department.
Ah, so we don't have the person from,
No, she has more information.
all right.
She may be able to provide a little bit more insight.
All right, we're gonna go back on the record on 2020 CR 8296, State of Texas versus Noah Nellam. If we're gonna have the parties reannounce, please, for the state
Allie Jackson.
defense.
Lindsay Shaw.
And are you Noah Nellam?
Yes,
All right, we have the officer by Zoom. Any objection to Ms. Cardenas testifying by Zoom, state
No, Your Honor.
defense?
No, Judge.
All right, Ms. Cardenas, could
Yes.
you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gloria Cardenas?
All right, does anyone have any questions for her, or is everyone okay with her testifying in narrative?
I'm fine with narrative, Your Honor.
All right, so we're here on Noah Nellam. I know that the court had ordered for him to be at the facility in Round Rock. Can you just tell us what is happening with him and why he wasn't in the facility in Round Rock?
So the facility in Round Rock has three options. One is group home living, foster care setting, or the individual's home. Previous to this individual home setting where he was placed with his father, he was placed in foster care setting with the foster mother, which he had previously also committed the offense of using unauthorized use of a vehicle. And now that he's being placed with his father, he again committed the same offense.
All right, so this is what I don't understand. We had, and correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, we had a long hearing over this case by Zoom with the persons who are actually at the Round Rock facility. And they informed the court that he would be staying in a group home, but the group home that he would be staying in would be age appropriate for him because they have some people in the group home who were younger and some people who were older. So there was a tight window of the persons who could be in the group home with him. And I was told by the person who testified that he was going to be in a group home, not in a foster care setting. And then now I'm hearing that he was with his father and not in a group home. So I don't understand. And that's what needs to be explained to me. Why wasn't he in the group home?
That is something I believe, Your Honor, that was brought upon by the group home itself. I don't know if it was the director or if they give the individual the option of maybe having him be placed in a foster care or an individual setting with a family member. That is something that is not done, or they didn't direct it towards or give me information on what was going to be set in place in
All right.
regards to that.
Okay, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you so much for coming in. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to recall this case. Someone from that group home needs to be here because I didn't order him to be anywhere else but the group home. And now we're here. And I'm not going to revoke you because I said I wasn't going to revoke you. But now we're at the point, honestly, where you probably should be revoked because you keep doing the same thing over and over. And I know you come before me, and when we can go off the record, when you come before me, you come in with this, I don't know what's going on. That's the expression you try to give me. But yet you keep taking cars that don't belong to you and you don't follow the court's orders. So we're going to reset this, and somebody from that group home is going to be here to explain to me why you were not in the group home when they said that's where you would be. Why are they placing you in a foster home? Who knows why they're doing that? And then why are you being allowed to live with your father? And nobody got permission from the court for that to happen. And now we are here. So we're going to reset this, and I'm going to reset it for next week. Are you available?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're going to reset it for next week. And is there any objection to me reaching out to that person from the group home in Round Rock to be here by Zoom?
No, Judge.
All right. Norma, can we reset this for next week? All right, so we're going to recall on the 30th. Officer Cardenas, are you able to be back here on the 30th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and it can be by Zoom. Nobody objects to that?
No, Judge.
All right, so it'll be by Zoom. And I'm going to figure out the time. I'm going to try to call the group home today to see what time they can Zoom in. And then we'll call you and work around your schedule as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Have a seat.
Tyree Ranford. And officer, I know you're waiting for me. Just give me a moment. Court is calling 2023 CR 6906, State of Texas versus Tyree Joseph Ranford. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Robert Gaona.
Are you Mr. Ranford?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision? First amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision?
Yes, Your Honor.
Second amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation. With your attorney, did you understand it?
Yes, Your
All right, state?
Yes, Your Honor, on the first minute, Your Honor.
Yes.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 12th day of April 2024 in Dare County, Texas. The defendant Tyree Joseph Ranford committed the offense of fraud and violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, will waive the remaining violated conditions.
Yes, one moment. Any objection to the waiver?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Verification, Your Honor. And just for the record, we have agreed to TIC night bag 754-625, which is a possession case which was alleged on the NTR, and also night bag 760-242, which is the fraud case that you pledged me to. Other than that, Your Honor, it's open to the court requesting revocation.
All right, defense, are you in agreement with revocation?
We are in agreement, we're not in agreement with revocation, Judge. Mr. Defendant is requesting that the MTR be denied and he get continued on probation. We would like the opportunity to address the court because I believe his desires are to try to get back into lifetime recovery and do what he's supposed to do to be successful and complete that lifetime recovery. In the alternative, he's requesting from this court to, if the court deems it's proper to sentence him to TDC, to sentence him to the minimum of 2 years.
All right. So why is he picking up new charges while he's on probation?
He can answer that.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Tyree J. Ranford.
All right, what would you like to say?
Basically, I haven't been making the right choices. And I understand that, and I understand that, I'm being held accountable for the choices I do make. And right, wrong, and indifferent, even if I'm,
I'm
whatever.
sorry, she can't hear you. You need to speak up.
I'm sorry, right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever. Indirectly or directly, the choices I made are my fault. Whether it be me hanging around the wrong people or whatever the case may be, it's still my fault. And even though I might have,
Yes.
and even not knowing what's in my car is my responsibility. So I take full accountability for that, but I would like a chance to be reinstated
based on the fact that I'm choosing to do right, and I'm choosing to wanting to succeed.
I mean, but choices that are made need to be made while you're on probation, not when you have a motion to revoke. What have you done since you've been on probation?
Well, I have, I stuck to all my appointments up until the time that, I found out that it was one for Army.
Okay, I can't understand anything you're saying. You're gonna have to open your mouth and speak.
I did choose to, show up to all my appointments for probation, to my probation officer. Up until the time that I found out they wanted me to put out and whatnot. And, I did do all my drug tests.
Deputy Lord, the issue is not the mic. He just won't open his mouth to speak.
But I did go to all my drug tests at Lifetime, so I have all of that. And basically that's it, but I did show up to all my appointments.
All right, so a part of your plea bargain agreement, the state was silent on your application, so you had to come to the court to ask for probation. The state said, we're not going to say you don't have probation. We're not going to say to give you probation. So you had your chance to be on probation, to do right, to be in the free world. You chose not to. So that's where we are. I'm not going to continue on probation. I'm finding violation of condition number 1 true. I'm going to find you guilty, revoke, taking consideration night mag number 760242, night mag number 754625. Does anyone want to speak in regards to punishment? State?
State's requesting minimum 60.
All right.
Judge, we'd ask that you sentence him to the minimum, which is 2 years. Give him credit for all time served.
All right. So what I want you to know, Mr. Ranford, is I always listen to both sides. Sometimes I'll write down a number before either party says anything, because those are things that are in my thoughts where I think the case was. So I want you to know that even though the state is recommending 6 years. All right. So the court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, and the court will give you credit for any time served. And I'll recommend the therapeutic community. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the, I'm sorry. Pass that back just 1 second. You do have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a felony is, or if you have a question over what weapons or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can go off the record. I take no joy in sentencing people to prison. But at some point in time, I've done all I can do. You understand?
Yep.
All right, good luck to you, okay? If you get out of prison and you need help finding treatment or anything of that nature, if I'm still here, you can come back here and I'll direct you in a location, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Paul Luna.
Present, Your Honor.
Terry, have a seat.
All right, has an offer been tendered?
Your Honor, yes, this is our second appearance. An offer was made by the state. We are considering that. I was in a murder trial last week, Judge. I haven't had a chance to fully go through every bit of discovery I need to, so we'd like to get a reset and see what we need to resolve the case next time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Paul Luna, can you give me a 30-day reset? That will be your plea deadline date? All right, June 27th.
Thanks, Your Honor.
And Mr. DeLeon, you're on that other case, correct?
Yes, I'm looking into it right now.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll see you back on June 27th.
Have a seat, sir.
All right, if everyone give me a moment, I need to take up a warrant. Then I'm going to take up Joe Blake and Alan Mayo. Just give me a second. And if you didn't hear your name called, it's because I don't have any case for you that's been placed up here. Okay, everyone, just give me 2 minutes. And just 1 second. All right, everyone, please be seated. All right. Can I see the officer on this case? You can just come around the side. This one. Right at the end. All right, Joe Blake. Who's here for Joe Blake?
Mark Darling, Judge, he was here earlier.
Okay. All right, Alan Mayo.
Present ready, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2023 CR 9481, State of Texas versus Alan Mayo, or is it Mayo?
Mayo.
Mayo. Okay. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
defense?
Sharon Thorne, the defendant.
And you're Mr. Mayo. Counsel, you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Mayo, did you review application for community supervision and sign it?
Yes, yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
State, do you waive the reading of the indictment? I'm sorry, defense. It's been, let me just tell you, it's a long day. You know, I don't like, you know, I'm hopeful that people will be successful on probation. A lot of people just not holding up their end of the bargain.
We'll waive the reading, Your Honor.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a day. It's a day.
It is.
All right.
It started early.
Mhm.
For all of us, yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are.
All right. Did you review court's admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention, second or more? They're proceeding on the repeater offender enhancement allegation. If they're able to prove it up, your range of punishment will be anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will put the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mayo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There's a $500 fine. I'm so sorry. Just give me one moment. Can you mute us, please? Hello? Oh, please be seated. I'm sorry about that, you all. All right, where did we leave off? So hectic. There is so much that's going on today. All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishments be assessed at 2 years. There's a $500 fine. State is recommending community supervision. This is run concurrent with 733399. They're taking in consideration 713402. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is asking that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand there's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead?
By no contest.
And to the enhancement paragraphs, how do you plead?
Sure.
State any evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state you may continue to confer. Did you review the waiver of appeal? I'm sorry, the waiver and consent to stipulation of stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? Right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. The court will find the enhancements true based upon your plea are true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we just asked that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, Mr. Maya, why do you keep running?
I'm too old to be running.
Yeah, it doesn't appear like you're successful in getting away.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So what's going on with you?
I don't have no excuses, ma'am. I have no excuses.
I mean, is it a drug problem? Is it just you just see people and you want to talk to people, so you run?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have a place to live?
Yes, ma'am. My mom and my sister both live here, San Antonio. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do they want you to live with them?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you actually picked up the phone and talked to them and said, hey, this is a call from the Bexar County Jail. May I stay with you?
Yes. Well, no, but I mean, I've 30 years they've lived here.
All right. But see, here's the thing. You're making an assumption that they may want you to live with them. Maybe they don't. Unless you pick up the phone and speak to somebody. When's the last time you talked to them?
A few days ago.
Do you have any children?
I have a little boy. It's like 22, 23 years old. I haven't seen him in a long time.
All right. When's the last time you had employment?
Oh, I build for a living. I frame. I was in Orange Pass doing a galleria at this just not even a month ago when I got arrested. I've been framing for 15 years.
All right. Then the court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 733399. Take in consideration 713402. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Are there any drug issues with you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right.
I haven't even had a speeding ticket in 10 years.
All right, what's up with the neck tattoo? What is that about?
I lived in Houston for 10 years, 5 years. I was married. Just football, Houston, Texas. The horns aren't cracked. Houston, football.
Okay, all right. We'll do a gang evaluation. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There'll be random UAs. 100 hours of community service restitution. I don't know what to do about this. You're running whenever police are trying to make contact with you. There's not a course for that, but we'll do the MRT, field visits, one time per month for 3 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am. Just give me an opportunity.
All right. And probation, we'll do a TAP evaluation out of custody and follow the recommendations. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
45 years old.
All right, you got to stop running.
You and my family both said the same thing.
All right, number two, the home that you're going to be staying with, your mother and your sister, whose home is that?
Well, no, my sister's got her own 2-bedroom house. My mom's been in the same house for 25 years.
All right, so that's your mom's house?
Yes.
That's who you're going to be living with?
Yes, ma'am.
Her rules go.
Yes,
Whether
ma'am.
you're 45 or 80, that's her house. So if she wants the lights out at a certain hour, they have to be out.
Yes, ma'am.
If she wants everybody in the house at a certain hour, that's the way it's got to be.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, good luck to you. If you need anything, just let us know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Sure, thank
ma'am.
you.
Just have a seat.
Yes.
Talk to you.
Hey, hey, sure. All right, what's one? Sure, no problem.
Right now, you said and then you're gonna score the moment.
I'm gonna take a straight.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, all right, thank you. Have a good one. All righty. Yes. Yes, I do, because I have to call somebody on that. All right, who is here on? Oh, you need that number. Oh, no, I'll give you the number. And then the other person you can speak to is, where is Michael DeLeon? Oh, and he's another person you can speak to as well, but I'll give you this number too.
Okay.
And then you can also speak to him. Okay, sure. You're welcome. Joe Blake? All right, your attorney's not here. Just give us a moment. Anyone else? If you're ready, I don't have your file. So if you'll have them pull the file.
Her file should be up there, Judge, I checked.
Is it Daniel Balderas?
Yes.
Okay, Daniel Balderas.
I thought you guys pulled my file.
It's a nightmare, it should be up there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, Daniel Balderas. Hello. Hello, what's happening with this case?
Hi, Judge. There's a motion to set bond. And I've made an agreement with the state to recommend a $10,000 bond be set for.
Okay. All right, we'll go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 2985, State of Texas versus Daniel Ramos Balderas. Could I have the parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Elizabeth settled for the defense.
And are you Mr. Balderas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's an order to set bond. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, the agreement that we've reached with the state is for a $10,000 bond to be set.
All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Daniel Ramos Valderas.
All right, if the court were to grant this bond, this agreed bond for $10,000, where would you be staying? Or who would you be staying with? I'm sorry.
With my mom, ma'am.
And she's here, Judge, in the courtroom.
Okay, where is she? Hello. All right, is there any previous drug use,
No, ma'am.
marijuana, anything of that nature? Alcohol use?
No, ma'am.
Any mental health issues?
No, ma'am.
Ever been diagnosed?
No, ma'am.
Ever seen a doctor for mental health issues?
No.
All right, any other questions? All right, so state, what is his criminal history?
There's all we have right now is as an adult, I don't have some juvie information from you, but he has a pretty court case on 4, the date of arrest for detention, misdemeanor, and of course the UUV that is currently pending here.
All right, any objections to me hearing some testimony from his mother?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Mom, if you'll come forward.
Daniel.
She speaks English enough, but her niece is there who helps when necessary.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Maria Inés Valderas.
All right. So, do you think there's anything that your son needs to get him on the straight and narrow? Does he need any type of classes to help him?
No, I don't think so.
All right, does he have any drug issues in the past?
Well, when he's young, but now he's like trying to make the best. Like he start working, and this is the first time I talk about to make ask for mercy for him. I want to give it like change to him.
All right, has he ever seen a doctor about anything?
No.
All right. When you say that he used drugs in the past, what type of drugs was it?
Marijuana.
Okay.
When he's young.
All right. Is there a specific time that you would like for him to be in the house and not be out and about? Do you want a curfew where it says he needs to be in the house at a specific time? Would that help you with him?
Yeah.
Okay, what time do you want him in the house?
By 6. Well, it depends. He's working.
Oh, I'll allow him to work. So you want him in the house. All right, you want him in the house by 6 p.m. unless he's at work?
Yeah.
And what time is he allowed to leave your house in the morning?
Like by 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Any questions?
No questions.
All right, come forward. All right, so I'll set your bond at $10,000. We'll do a GPS through the jail so we can waive the fees. And I'm doing GPS so we can make sure that he's under the curfew. And curfew is the best thing for you because you keep picking up cases and I'm not going to allow that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's going to be partial GPS for work only. And there's going to be a curfew Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday through Sunday, it's full GPS. So Saturday and Sunday, unless you're at work, which you'll have to get permission from me to do, you're going to be at home. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Help clean your mom's house. All right. Is there anything else that either party feels he needs?
No.
All right, thank you.
Oh, well, but Judge, we do need a court date.
Oh, we're gonna take that right now. So we're off the record. So do you have all the discovery?
I do, Judge.
State, were you able to tender an offer or no?
No, because he needed to speak to the complaining witness before
Okay.
making an.
All right, so I'll give you all 30 days. Is that enough time? All right, Ms. Ferguson, now if I can have a 30-day reset on Balderas, and he'll need a reset form. All right, June 27th. All right, thank you. Is that good for you, counsel?
Could we do the 26th? I just, how about the 24th?
All right, we'll see you back here on the 24th, and make sure you obey the rules of your mom's house, because she came down here to help you. That's what moms do.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you love your mom
Yes, I do.
very much?
Yes,
Would
ma'am.
you do anything for her?
Yes, ma'am.
The only thing she's asking for you is to stay out of trouble and to stop hanging around people that she deems are not good people for you to hang around. That's all. Life is really simple. If people would follow the rules, you'd be just fine.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you graduated from high school?
I'm still working on that right now.
How old are you?
19.
All right. So make that happen for your mom, if not for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Make sure you're in court on time. Okay. All right. Victoria Hernandez.
Number one, DWR.
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
Oh, could I have a file stamp for this case? And then I'm gonna write the number. Oh. Oh, no, I think they're about to plea. Are you all gonna, is this gonna be reset, or you all worked it out? No reset.
out, Judge.
Oh, counsel, can you give me a trial court certification form?
Can,
Okay, I appreciate that.
Mr. Garahan will assist me.
Okay. Which paper? Is it this one? Is it Joseph Smith Chirac?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so after this, we'll take up Mr. Smith, okay? Oh, no problem. And then Norma? How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, ma'am.
Okay. That's okay. It happens. I'm telling you, it feels like a Monday, but everybody's happy, so it's a happy Monday. So here you go. Thank you. Let me see. Let me give this to you. And you let me know. And then I'm gonna write down the number on this so I can give you the file on Nellum. Okay. All right, court is going to call 2020 CR 8599, State of Texas versus Victoria Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record? Thank you. For the state.
Jason Garrett.
Defense?
Michael DeLeon for Ms. Hernandez.
And are you Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, I know you were recently appointed to represent Ms. Hernandez. Are you waiving your time?
We are waiving any type of preparation period, Your Honor. I believe we have come to a resolution that'll be acceptable to the court.
All right. And do you have any objection to proceeding, Ms. Hernandez?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Are you the same Victoria Irene Hernandez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 8599 for the offense of abandoning a child with intent to return on January 4th, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State.
Yes, Your Honor. Violating condition number 13 on or about the 23rd day of April 2024 in Thur County, Texas. Defendant Victoria Irene Hernandez did then and there operate a motor vehicle without a valid Texas driver's license in violation of condition number 13.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Under waiver of any violated conditions.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 13, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 13?
I do.
Court will find violation of condition number 13 true. Is there a proposed agreement? All right, state, what are you requesting? Defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, probation had made a recommendation to extend for 1 year placement Ms. Hernandez in a DDRF, followed by mixed supervision and a parenting class. And as the court could see, she was in felony drug court. DDRF was held in abeyance last time as an option. And she is motivated to go to DDRF, be successful in it. Apparently the wait is only 3 to 6 weeks. And that's what we're asking the court to do.
All right, any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. And let me just tell you why. Felony drug court is an intensive form of probation. I know that. But from reviewing the court summary, it's not as though felony drug court, you mess up one time or you make a bad choice one time that they say, oh, we're not going to deal with you anymore. And I'm looking here at the sanctions that they gave you over there. And let me just tell you how many sanctions they gave you, which means this is how many chances they gave you. You understand? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. That's what you're coming to this court with. 36 times felony drug court was seeking to work with you. So you see where my mindset is? And do you understand why?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so I placed you on probation here. And even here, you had a motion to revoke filed against you. And that was on, well, it was heard on March 9th, 2022. And that's when you were sent to felony drug court. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation.
Judge, if I could,
Yes.
one thing for Ms. Hernandez, the good thing about felony drug court for her was that
it is our belief that it has worked. She has been clean since September, and if she was tested today, she's gonna come up negative.
Mhm.
So, it's not like she totally, yeah, there's several things that she did do correctly in felony drug court. There are a number of things, obviously, as the court has seen, that weren't done correctly, but she's made a lot of her appointments and, she has ended up clean, which is the point of felony drug court.
I just don't think you're a good candidate. I mean, felony drug court, that's a very good program. And what felony drug court has placed, the issues they have with you. I mean, they're major issues, but instead they are still trying to work with you. And they tried to work with you a lot. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people want to stay on probation. They do. Like nobody wants to go to prison. I don't take any joy in sending the people to prison. And everybody that I send to prison or everybody I place on probation, I actually do remember them. Even as a defense attorney, I had some clients who ended up in prison. Guess what? I still remember them and wondering how they're doing and hopefully they've changed their life. And it'll be the same with you. I just don't think you're a good candidate for probation. I think we tried. So,
And Judge, the only other thing is she's never been given a felony conviction before. That's why she wants to stay on defer. She's motivated for it. And that's why she was hoping that the probation's recommendation would be followed.
all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find 13 true. I'm going to revoke, find you guilty, and I'll sentence you under 1244. Does anybody want to state any objection to her being sentenced under 1244? All right, I'll sentence you under 1244. Let's talk about the time.
Yeah, how much time does she have? Anybody know?
Hmm?
How about before all the past few weeks?
Yes.
So I was going back and forth with the drug court personnel in this case. And there is some concern if she is given a sentence JSAT.
Oh, it's not going to be JSAT.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And what was the concern though? Now you've piqued everyone's interest.
Judge, they feel that a JSAT sentence is not the reason why she was kicked out of drug court and so forth. They just don't think JSAT would be appropriate. And some other concerns in regards to her child. So if she was given JSAT, they just have concerns in regards to that. Now, if she was continued, then that would be something different, but they are not in agreement with anything JSAT.
All right. So what is the issue with the child?
From my understanding, there is a CPS open case for neglect and possible abuse. Not on you, on the father.
Okay.
There's an open case.
And state you're asking for revocation?
So we are not opposed to revocation, but we are not with JSAT.
Okay.
Judge, if
I mean, what I can tell you, I wasn't going to give her judgment satisfied. I just, let me just tell you what my thought processes were.
Yes,
My
sir.
thought process in reading everything was I saw that there's a child involved, right? This case involves a child and it's abandoned with intent to return. So I understand, and I understand that that child, they're telling the report is special needs,
Yes.
but she's making horrible choices.
At the same time, Judge, if she goes to DDRF, it doesn't kick the can down the road. It puts her in a position where potentially she'll be a better citizen, better productive parent. So DDRF only lasts for long, probation only lasts for long. If we help her continue, she has a possibility of, one more chance. And the court has given plenty of chances before, but if she's given one more chance, there's a possibility that one day she's going to be still with this child, and that child needs a stable parent, and DDRF will help in that potentially.
State? Is the state still recommending revocation?
Well, Judge, child involved, I mean, the state would be opposed to DDRF, follow-up, and choose appropriate, hopefully, because it looks like the person knows that we have in our system, that the defendant might have an anger problem, and any type of additional help might help for the future of that child at least.
Well, I will tell you what. Your special needs child has saved you. And you are not saving your special needs child. So where is the child now?
He is with his father at the moment. The CPS case is on the father and the current girlfriend. And
So let me get this straight and correct me if I'm wrong. So you are saying that there's allegations of abuse and those allegations are abuse against the father who he's with?
yes, Your Honor. And the case has been open for about they opened one CPS case, my court did, because of the what they had found in my phone. And then the caseworker got in touch with
What did
with
they
the
find?
father.
Wait, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
So
state your name.
Victoria Hernandez.
What did they find in your phone?
So they found that, so I had found out that my kid's father was locking my son in the room, and I wasn't aware, like I had, like, so later on, they said that it was because like the autism doctor recommended that they lock the door at night, but I thought like they were just locking my son in the room like all day. And so that's what drug court found on my phone when they were going through our messages, was me like getting mad at the dad about locking my son in the room. And so they called CPS for neglect. And then the dad got another CPS case because I believe the school called CPS for neglect as well.
All right, any objection to somebody from drug court zooming in?
No objection.
All right, just have a seat. Drug court is going to zoom in so we can get to the bottom of what's going on. All right, Norma, who do we have left on the docket? All right, let me call Mr. Churek's fine up. All right, did you confer with the state about?
We did, Judge. I conferred a while ago.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Are they in agreement to your motion?
They weren't at the time.
Okay. Court is calling NIMAG number 743637, State of Texas versus Joseph Smith. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett.
Defense?
Gary Churek for the defense.
And are you Mr. Smith?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, there's a motion to modify bond restrictions. The defense is asking that GPS be removed. Is that correct?
That is the start, yes, Your Honor.
Judge, we're opposed. This is definitely an assault about firearm. So we're unagreed with the total removal of GPS.
All right, so with the motion to remove GPS is going to be denied. And here it states that
Judge,
he's in.
do I have a chance to reply?
Sure.
This is a self-defense issue. He has not been found guilty. This is a decorated veteran, 3 Purple Hearts, the Bronze Star. He felt that it was lethal, no shots were fired. The guy who is alleged, the complaining witness, is running around without a shirt in December, stone on his butt, causing problems. He approaches my client. My client shows his gun.
As it goes.
The guy comes after.
Okay,
him.
let me ask you all this. Counsel,
Yes, ma'am.
did you view this?
Yes.
It's on video, ma'am.
Okay, so this is where we are.
He was telling my son he was gonna kill him because he was white.
Well, stop. So this is where we are. Where we are is I have that there's another judge who put you on GPS for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Another judge, stop. So that's what you're on for. Now, what I'm saying is I'm not removing the GPS. So the next question is, you say in your motion that he's fully employed, correct?
Judge, he is 100% disabled. He was working with the National Guard and DPS down at the border. But since the arrest, he has not been able to assist them. He was teaching marksmanship, I believe is what you were doing.
So I'm a trained scout sniper for the United States.
All right, I don't think,
I was teaching them on weapons and pistol techniques.
all right, so I don't believe with the nature of your charge, they will allow you to continue.
No, ma'am, that's why I had to lock up my ranch and stop. I had no, that employment is not coming in. It's just my wife and I'm barely making it.
Judge, may I interrupt?
Sure.
He is a veteran with diagnosed with PTSD and other issues. I had a client. There's been issues where he's actually called pretrial and in a suicidal mood. Okay. I had a client, same situation with him. They GPS'd him. He committed suicide.
Okay, so let me stop everybody right there. Do not put it on this court that somebody's going to commit suicide because they're on GPS. What I have before me is what I have before me, sir. What I have before me is that they're charging you with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. If somebody wants to file a motion for an examining trial and call witnesses, they can do that. If somebody wants to call in a witness for this hearing, you all can do that. But right now, both sides are just giving me argument. And what I'm telling you, sir, and what I'm telling your counsel is another judge placed you on GPS for an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I don't have any information.
Yes, ma'am. He done that because I live so far away. I live in Eagle Pass, Texas.
Mhm.
And that's why he done that.
All right, so here's my question, State.
My
Yes.
mental health is suffering. I haven't had a chance to see my doctors. My physical health is suffering.
Mhm.
I'm in remission right now of stomach cancer.
Okay.
My own home become my prison.
Okay, so I don't think anybody's listening to what I'm saying because everybody is entrenched in what their arguments are. So the first question I was asking you, because in your motion, it says defendant is gainfully employed. So what I was going to, well, I know you're shaking your head no, but that's what your counsel put in the motion. Defendant is gainfully employed. That's why, time out, listen. That is why I was asking, are you employed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because I'm sure the state is not going to have any objection to you working. You're going to remain on GPS. Now, the next question, you're saying that you have doctor's appointments you need to make.
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you going to have any objections to him being allowed to go to his doctor's appointment? So he'll be on partial for his doctor's appointments. He'll be able to go to his doctor's appointments.
I can't go to church. I missed my father's funeral. My son's coming in a week. I haven't seen him in over a year and a half. He's a Marine also. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be able to see him.
Mhm.
Your Honor, this is detriment to my health.
Judge,
The only reason I used my weapon was to escalate the force. I know how to escalate the force. I'm a Marine. I didn't use, I pointed it at him.
Judge, I'm gonna set up check at this point. I think they're going with the facts of the case.
They are. And this is what I keep telling everybody. This is what I want everyone. Take a moment, decompress. This is what I'm telling everyone.
Thank you.
One, you're telling me he's a veteran. He has a Purple Heart. This is what happened. Trust me, all of my male relatives have been in the military.
Thank you.
All right. So your service is appreciated.
For service.
But let me just tell you what my job is as a judge. Part of my job is one, to protect the community,
Yes, ma'am.
right? There are a lot of people who are on bond right now. They're on bond for murder. Some of them have GPS, some of them don't have GPS because whoever read them their rights and let them know their conditions didn't give it to them, right? So the person who placed you on GPS, they read a report. Either you were arrested at the scene and you were brought in before a magistrate, and that magistrate judge decided that you were going to be on GPS. Then,
I was brought in front of a magistrate and
Yeah.
I paid $100,000 bond to get out.
okay,
And I exercised extreme discipline and prejudice when how I'm taught.
mhm.
When there is a threat,
Mhm.
not just to me, but to my family member.
All right, we can go off the record. Let me ask you
Yes,
something.
ma'am.
All right, so you're telling me all of this.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want me to do?
Ma'am, I'm not going anywhere.
No. Listen to me. My question is, what do you want
I
me to
want to
do?
be able to take my son fishing before I die.
Okay, so you want to take your son fishing. What day you want to take your son fishing?
Whenever I'd like to.
No, you need to give me
I
when.
can't work on my ranch anymore with the Army National Guard or the DPS because it had to do with weapons.
Okay, so there you go. So,
I don't have
so we
that.
know that's off the table. So my question to you is, you want to go fishing with your son. What else do you want to do?
My father.
Okay,
Judge, can we consider tracking?
all right, you need to talk to the state about that. All right, step back. Y'all confer.
I'm sorry. Have a seat.
No, no problem. All right, we're back on Victoria Hernandez. Hi, Officer Garcia.
Hi, Judge. How you doing today?
All right, how are you doing?
I'm great.
I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
Okay. All right, Miss Hernandez, if you'll come down. And Mr. Garhan, I'll let you all continue to talk, but this is Miss Garcia, so she's going to give us information. All right. We're back on the record in 2020 CR 8599, State versus Victoria Hernandez. All right, so we have Officer Garcia by Zoom. Any objections to her being by Zoom? Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and the state has already stated that they do not have any objections. Officer Garcia, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Do you waive any confidentiality that Ms. Garcia has as it relates to your time in felony drug court?
Oh, no, I don't mind.
All right, so you're giving up that right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection to her testifying in the narrative?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Officer Garcia. What we're trying to discover is whether or not she should be revoked or whether or not I should send her to DDRF. What has transpired is there's been a mention of a child with special needs because I was inclined to sentence her to the Bexar County Jail under 1244 to 1 year. Can you tell us how she was doing? What have been the issues with her in the drug court, and what would be your recommendation for her?
Judge, Victoria was on my caseload the entire time that she was in felony drug court. As you saw in the court summary, we did work with her extensively. Every time there was a violation, we used progressive sanctions. We did have DDRF in abeyance, back on 9/20/2023. Instead of that, we went ahead and gave her the chance to do Alpha Home, which she did complete. However, she went right back to her old criminal thinking. People, places, the basics that we teach in felony drug court. We were working with her, and we happened to do a phone search only because there was another phone search done on another participant, kind of intertwined the two. And that is the only reason why we found out is like it fell into our lap. It wasn't something that we were looking for. And we had concerns again because of her special needs child. We do have another case against her in CPS. So the CPS case, there is one pending for the father of her child, and we do also have one for herself.
All right. Do you know, with regards to the case for herself, what is that about?
Because of what was found on her phone.
So what was found on her phone has absolutely nothing to do with the child's biological father?
It's actually both of them are involved. But again, he was the only one that the case had. The first CPS case is only on him. So when we found the information that included both of them, a CPS case was filed against her as well.
So what was on her phone? Did it have to do with, I don't want to get into too much, but what was on her phone? Did it have to do with her as it relates to her and her child?
Yes, concerning for her to be around her child, absolutely.
Okay.
And then considering her case that she's on as well. So, with that being said, we have seen often that we work with the individuals and there wasn't really enough progress and we don't feel comfortable with, one, probation doesn't like to recommend revocation. But we have seen in drug court that a lot of our, participants are getting credit for time served. So we didn't want her to just, get a JSAT and be done, because then there's no problems that are fixed. And then we have the concern for the son, because she will be able to go back and just be around him. That was what she was trying to do while she was on my caseload. So that is very concerning. If I could recommend revocation, without the JSAT, I would. And I would like to, that's what I would like to happen.
All right. Do you have any questions?
I do, Judge.
All right.
Officer Garcia,
Yes, sir.
throughout her time throughout felony drug court, she tested negative on multiple occasions, correct?
She did, however, she also tested positive.
How long ago was that?
Let me check. Drug test. Well, she did have a no-show, so to us, that was April the 17th. That is considered a positive in felony drug court. Let's see, her last positive would have been September of last year.
2023?
Yes. And again, she did go to treatment during that time frame before we just got her back reporting in person.
That's all I have for you. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. And Officer Garcia, you all are not willing to accept her back. Is that correct?
No, Judge. We worked so much with Miss Victoria, and it just seems like we hit a wall at this point.
All right. Thank you so much for zooming in on such short notice. I appreciate it.
Yes, Judge. You have a good rest of your afternoon.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So with her, it's going to be revocation. Are you still insisting that what was in your phone was not related to you?
I wasn't aware the second time around that a CPS case was put on me. I've been in jails.
No. My question is,
It
are you
is-
still saying that what was on your phone regarding your child is unrelated to you?
No.
Okay.
Judge, in lieu of that, we're asking for the minimum time allowed. Apparently she has 158 days in custody over the past 3-4 years. And I would argue that, she has done several things right. She's also done several things wrong, but there was several things. She did participate in the felony drug program and did a lot of good things. So we want the court to reflect on that.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to revoke you. Let me see. Where is the trial court certification?
Handed it to the court.
I do have it here. The court is going to revoke you. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will give you credit for any time served. The court will give you credit if you successfully completed inpatient treatment, because I see there was some inpatient treatment maybe through alcohol. If you successfully completed that, the court will give you credit for that. And the court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. I'll recommend the therapeutic community. I can't force them to place you in there, but if you request it, they will consider it. If you don't request it, they will not consider it at all. And I'll also request mental health while she's at the state jail facility. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Chairman.
All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna have to get your life in order. If you don't, your life is gonna continue to spiral out of control. Felony Drug Court is a good program. They work with you for 2 years trying to help you, and you still just wanna do whatever you've been doing, which is not good for your son. I always tell people, you're an adult, your son is not an adult. Your son is 100% dependent on you, upon you, and you're just doing foolish things. Good luck to you. All right, are we ready on Joseph Smith?
Just 1 second, Judge.
Sure. Okay, sure. All right, thank you. Yes. And Mr. DeLeon, could you hang around for just one moment?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sure.
Mr. Mora again from yesterday.
Mhm.
I think he got the violation report from me. He's
I don't have those. Okay,
yeah. He's asked me to come and ask if the court would consider setting a bond in anticipation of him surrendering.
no. Tell him he needs to turn himself in before the court will issue a bond.
As my last representation of him, we talked about my withdrawal. Would you at least allow me to file a motion to set bonds so it'll be in place?
Yes.
So that when other counsel gets appointed.
Well, when he turns himself in,
Yes, ma'am.
then the court can hear your motion to withdraw, and the court will hear the bond issue with a new attorney if the court allows you to withdraw.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Downstairs, want to cancel?
All right, just give me one moment. Could you mute us for a moment, please? All right, so we're back on the record and NIMAC number 7433637. Is there any agreement?
Judge, you know, I guess no, right, at this point right now, Judge, I mean, the judge, the state with the position is we're okay with partial for like work, for doctor's visits, and anything that the judge wants to allow them to partake in with family members. The state would not be opposed to any of that at this particular point. And I've talked to the defense counsel about it. I've had my investigator run some things. And there's just some stuff that the state is concerned about. However, we're
All right.
understanding.
Do you have any objections to medical appointments
No objection to that.
and no objections for work? All right.
I'm not going to church on Sunday.
Yeah, Judge, I won't be objecting to prevent you attend church service on Sundays.
All right, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be agreed order. Well, this is what the state is in agreement to. So there'll be partial GPS for work and medical appointments only. Is there anything else?
Just if I have a father, I have 2 young sons. If they should arrive for have, take my son to work or pick him up or, God forbid he be in a car accident, he skateboards a lot, I've taken him to ER, I don't know how many times.
You need to call your pretrial services officer and let them know that it's been a medical emergency.
I tried calling them on the day my father passed away and I called him 13 times.
All right, so what you'll need to do is leave a message with them. If they don't respond, you let your attorney know. I'm usually here. Okay?
Thank you, Judge. I want to apologize to other members.
No, here's the thing. There's no need to apologize. I understand that all of these cases are here for everybody. That's why I always tell everybody, if we're here for a length of time, or if I spend 20 minutes on a case, I will tell you, some attorneys get upset. Hey, I need to be somewhere else. You're spending 20 minutes on this case. But here's what I know. What I know is that every case that's in this court is very important to the person who's charged. So if I take extra time with that person, guess what? I want them to be heard. And I know that their case is 100% important to them. So it's important to me. All right. So apology accepted.
Your Honor,
You're welcome.
I want you to know that I did. I utilized the authorizations in the case of the first I do.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Yes, ma'am. You have a better day than what you've had.
Oh, no, my day has been great.
They had a scratch on your face. from your car.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? It's going to be fine. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So we'll be back on Monday. No, not Monday. We'll be back on Tuesday. I keep saying Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And so we need to celebrate it other than just cooking our ribs and everything that we do and remember what the day is really about, which is about